Hi parents. Just creating a video right now to let you know what's available through Google Classroom for and Clever for your child to do during this closure. Um, by midweek, by Wednesday, we'll be getting ready to possibly maybe even do some packets that you can pick up. Once those are ready, I'll let you know. But in the meantime, your child can access um, iReady, okay, and also Benchmark. Based on Benchmark, I created an assignment for them to do. They could read the Unit 5. It's called Advancement in Technology. So all you have to do is click on Benchmark. Theirs are going to look a little bit different than mine, but once they log in, it'll look something like this. And they'll click on Assignments right here, and then it'll show up what assignments they have to do. Okay. Obviously, mine looks a little bit different than theirs, but um, they'll be able to see some assignments. Their dashboard will look differently than mine. Here it is. So their dashboard, they'll say assignments on here, and this is what they'll have to read. This right here. And then there's a packet that goes with that, and you can pick that up by midweek. But at least they'll have the text that we've been using this past week and this coming week and during the closure. Um, if I add another another unit, it'll show up right here in their assignments. Okay. So this is for reading, obviously, um, and then they know how to get to iReady, and from there they can do the teacher assigned, and in iReady they can do also my tab. From here, when they log into Clever, you'll see your child's name here, and that means they're in, obviously. Um, from here, they got to click on Google Drive. It'll take them to their drive, obviously, and then from here they'll go ahead and select the waffle, and also select the waffle and select Google Classroom. Okay, so once they do that, it'll take them to their Google Classroom that looks like this. Have them click on classwork. And when they do that, I have some assignments for them to work on. For starters, I have about all these reading quizzes that you can do. What I want them to do as well, if you go down to where it says writing, they'll have to click on writing journal and have them write an entry for every day during the closure. That includes Saturdays and Sundays. So they'll have that to do. If you go back to stream, the writing assignment is also under classwork. The multiplication math facts card is basically flashcards online. They could just select whatever math facts they're on, and they could just practice and click on the card, and it turns around. Okay, click another card, and it goes to the next one. If they want to switch, let's say they're working on their sixes, they could do that too. I also created some assignments on I Know It. They'll go ahead and click that. They'll log in. They're a student. Our class code, they should know that. So from here, our class code is actually JAG 12. and then they sign in with their username and password just like they normally would do for the computer. And once they log in, they'll see the assignments on the page. Just have them work on those. So here's one resource they can do. Okay, another resource, and here's a class code right there, as you can see. Another resource is Scholastic News. They can log into that. Our password to get in is 12RN Jaguar. We'll go ahead and click on this. Type in 12RN Jaguar and then sign in. And then select the magazines that we'll be reading. In our Google Classroom, they'll have magazines for them to work on. I'll show you that later in the video. Math Magician, if they're working on their 1s through 10s, whichever one, they'll just click on here. They'll click on here, and it'll take them to here. If this happens, just click on the puzzle, and then click Allow. And then this comes up. So if they're working on their 8s, they'll do that, and then just have them click on the start button. And it gives them 1 minute, 20 quizzes in 1 minute. If they're not doing 1 through 10, then they could use Math Magician, which is levels 1 and 2. Level 1 is again, hit the puzzle, click Allow. Level 1 multiplication is 50 questions in 2.5 minutes. And level 2 is 100 questions in 5 minutes. So again, here's opportunities for them to practice their math facts. Okay. Here's another link for them to do math facts quizzes, and they should know how to work on that. On Freckle, I have some reading assignments for them to work on. And just click on that here. The class code for Freckle, they have this already on their card. That has all the passwords that I sent home. The class code is YTD3WB. And then obviously once they do that, they can go ahead and enter it. I'll show you. So they would enter it like this. YTD3WB, and then click the arrow. They will go ahead and put their first name and last name. So let's say if I did Jaleo Costa, hit the white arrow to go in, get started. So if you look at the assignments that I have right here, we're under ELA, the blue one. You see those 4, 5, 6 assignments that I have them work on those. Okay. So again, here's another option for them to do. When they're done here, just have them log out, and we'll go back to the Google Classroom. They can also use Epic, which is a digital library for them. All they have to do is click on the link, and they should have our class code right there. They could also use Prodigy, which is a math website that we use. Have them click on that. Once they get to this page, don't put in the username and their password. Just have them sign in with Google right here. Okay? And then go from there. Reading theory, they could do that as well. They could just sign in with Google. Here's Space Time from Space. They could listen to stories read by astronauts. And here are the quizzes that we have for Scholastic News. All they have to do is click on the quiz, and then they could start. Obviously, the first thing that says, write your name on the line below, so that way I know whose it is. Okay. When you click on this, every student gets a copy, so you won't see anybody else's test. So this is obviously the quiz for February 3rd, 2020. They can go back to Google Classroom, find Scholastic News, go into Scholastic News, type in 12 RAM Jaguar, sign in, find February 3rd. So scroll down a little bit. Find February 3rd, which is right here. Escape from Pompeii. Scroll down a little bit. You're open the presentation view. Click English. And you can have it read out loud to you. So once they finish the article, or you could read the article and go back to the quiz, take the quiz. After you read the article maybe 2 or 3 times, make sure that everything's answered. And then at the very bottom, you'll click on Submit. And then I'll be able to see that it was completed, and then go from there. And then once they're done, just close the tab. Close the tab if they're done with Scholastic News, and then go back to Google Classroom. I went ahead and put about 5 or 6 quizzes for Scholastic News. So there's one that says Scholastic News quiz for February 3rd, February 17th. That goes with the magazine of that date. So all they have to do is go into Google Scholastic News and find the magazine that has this date. And that's the magazine that goes with that quiz. And also March 2nd, March 16th, so forth and so on. And then these are the quizzes that I have for ReadWorks that they can get to when you click on classwork. Go back to the stream. Here's another video that I did. I'm trying to find. So another math site that they go to is called I Know It. They'll click here. They'll log in. They'll log in as a student. Our class code is JAG12, and they'll use the same username and password like they would use to log into their computer. But on the there's a yellow card that I sent home with all their passwords. There's their I Know It password on there. So, for example, this particular student will log in like this. Obviously, you won't be able to see that person's password in the video, so they're safe. But when you log in, I just want to use her as an example to log in. You'll be able to see all the assignments that I have for them. Some of the assignments that they can do, they have to get 100%. If not, it'll reassign them the assignment. So they have a lot of work for them to complete and do during this closure. So by midweek, I'll possibly will have a packet for you to collect. So hopefully this is helpful. If you have any questions, just either email me, send me a message on Remind. I'll also send this link to this video on Remind as well, and we'll get through this together. Again, wish you guys the best during this closure. Stay safe. Thank you again for watching.